Hey, you have to wash Jason Alexander hoodie.
It looks clean to me.
Is it, though? Your hoodie and apology.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Hey, that's my face! You can't just wear my face!
My mom told me to say I'm sorry.
Give me back my face!
All right, we are back here. You just heard my favorite commercial in the Super Bowl, the Tide Jason Alexander ad. I love that commercial. It was so funny. Joining us today on the podcast are, as part of the halftime tradition of the show, halftime Super Bowls, pop culture correspondent Sam Derosa is here. Sam, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing good. The game sucked, but I think our half of the show will be more fun.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah. So I was talking to Joe D'Alizio earlier. The game stunk, and he also said, talking about it, he's like, you know what, like, the commercials didn't stick me this year. I didn't remember much of them.
I mean, Joe's got a serious point there.
Yeah. I think he does. And before we get into the commercials and the halftime, like, what do you think about the game? Because the game itself I did not find very entertaining.
No, especially when those people who did boxes this year, the same person won, like, what, 2 to 3 times?
Yeah, if you had 1-9 in the third and fourth quarter, you cleaned up.
Exactly. And that makes everybody else irrationally angry.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I feel like the Jaguars fan, you must have mixed feelings seeing Leonard Fournette and Blaine Gabbert and Byron Leftwich all win Super Bowl rings.
Oh my God. I was like, when Leonard Fournette got all his airtime kind of deal.
Yeah.
I'm like, Leonard Fournette, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like every time. But I feel like I'm a different Jaguars fan than your usual.
Yeah.
I have more like love to pass Jaguars players than most.
More empathy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I just thought of that because I saw Blaine Gabbert on the sidelines, like getting the ring. I'm like, boy, he's had a good life now where he's just been backing up for a bunch of teams, and now he's Tom Brady's back and gets a Super Bowl ring for doing nothing all year. Good life.
Exactly. But, I like Leonard Fournette. I've liked him for a couple of years now. And I just was happy to see him win. You know what I mean? Because that's what he wanted, honestly. He did not enjoy being on the Jaguars.
Yeah, he didn't. And now he gets his ring. They're off in the offseason. Before we move on from football, we got to talk about the stuff we always do, the halftime show, the commercials. And this year, halftime show was The Weeknd. And I have to say, very, very odd visual look of this halftime show.
Yes, but I feel like he was going for a Michael Jackson-esque performance.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just me taking away some vibes or what.
Yeah, I just noticed that because, like, he did all kinds of, like, crazy things. It's, like, all of his guys with the bandages. We had the tunnel inside where we had the moment for a million memes where you see him rooking around for about 3 seconds. That's been used all over Twitter today, and I love that. My favorite one was, I think I saw somebody on, like, a Met fan pose, like, Jacob DeGrom looking for runs. Like, that was a great representation of him. And I think also, I got to give points on the curve here for this. Like, in COVID, the usual halftime, you have the big stage in the middle of the field. You got all the fans down there. You have a million dancers doing whatever you want. Like, given the restrictions he probably had to deal with to keep it safe, I think he did a very cool job with it.
I think so too. I mean, and also he used the field to his advantage.
Yeah.
Towards the end, which was interesting. I wasn't like blown away by the whole thing, but I mean, I got to give props to the memes out there. You got to love social media at its finest. But I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either.
Yeah, I will also give him respect for the fact that he sunk $7 million of his own money into this show to get the look exactly how he wanted, which I'm like, props to you as an artist, man. Like, you have a vision, you're sticking to it. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had $7 million to like splurge on anything, but that's just me.
I think the thing that killed it for me, I don't know if you agree with this, the audio mixing on the show was god awful because he has a decent catalog of songs. I could not hear a word he was saying for most of the show.
I know. And like, I know this is going to sound bad off the bat and whatever. I'm just going to blow past my inhibitions right now. But like, it's Tampa.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of stuff does Tampa put on for you? It's Florida and it's Tampa. Like, any Rays game and Buccaneers game, they don't have like the best anything for.
Hey, the Bucks fire cannons when they score touchdowns in the regular season. That's worth something.
Exactly. Like you go if that to the weekend, there's no way that the weekend can make this like grade A performance with anything in freaking Tampa Bay.
I think in terms of a grade, though, I'm going to give him a C because I think the visuals was an A because I feel like what he had to deal with and going on the curve, he did a great job, but the sound was an F. So it just brings it right to the middle for a C.
That's so funny because like the whole thing just to me was like C, middle ground. I even gave him some points for just being in COVID. Like, I wasn't blown away. I wasn't, like, super disappointed. I was like, he's here. There's no way he's beating Shakira and J-Lo from last year. Like,
oh, no.
No way. There's, like, absolutely nothing he could have done. Nothing he could have done to, like, be at that level.
Yeah, I mean, he put a good effort out there. He tried. He did not have – he was let down by his audio team, which, I mean, is people who have worked in production. I'm sitting there when it starts. I'm like, oh, no. They're probably freaking out in the truck about how to fix this, and they can't.
Especially because you've had that firsthand.
Yes, I've had I've had it firsthand where like you can't hear an announcer and like you're like that's not good. Like you need to be able to hear him, especially when it's on live television because you can't just fix it in post. He is one shot and you blew it.
Exactly. This is like it is the big game and nothing came from it.
Nothing came from it. I think too bad for him. He's clearly worse than last year. What do you think about compared to the first disaster we covered, the big boy Travis Scott halftime? Like, how bad was the comparison to that?
I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I will remember, the weekend more than Travis Scott,
Yep.
in a weird way. Like, I don't know. I thought that the beginning was interesting and it was an eye-opener in comparison. But, ask me again next year, and he might be on the same level, to be honest.
I put the weekend higher because we got a viral meme out of this show. We did not get anything like that out of the show in Atlanta a couple of years ago.
That's very true. I just love all the meme. I don't know. This is why we still have the internet. I honestly think is for memes.
Yeah, indeed. And what do you think next year should be? Where should we go for the show next year?
I don't know, but it has to go back to something awesome like J-Lo, Shakira.
Yeah.
So it honestly could be anything. We don't know what's going to happen in 2021 because 2020 was so crazy. So 2021 is probably going to exceed that. So it's going to be something. I feel like it's going to be multi-collaboration. I'm hoping that everybody gets their vaccine. Not trying to push anything on anyone, but we'll be able to have more than one artist there.
I'll push it. And if you have a chance to get the COVID shot, go get it and help us like reopen our society.
Exactly. I don't want to get that flack on me,
I'll take the hit for that one. I'll just say that there. And I think also next year's Super Bowl's in LA out in SoFi Stadium with the Rams and the Chargers building. And it's a very nice building. So you think they're going for a big, big, big star, sort of fill that out and say, here, like you have the biggest stage, you have a nice full building of fans, and they're gonna pull all the stops next year.
Exactly. That and LA's more accessible to more artists.
Yeah. I feel like this. I know I've been pounding the Taylor Swift train for a couple of years with the Get Her on the halftime show. I don't think that's the right spot for her in LA.
No, we don't need Taylor Swift for a Super Time halftime show. Sorry, Stanko, but no.
No, like this would have been a good year for her though. She had 2 albums.
I guess, but like her albums didn't really scream football. It's more relaxed and introspective.
Yeah. I gotta say, I hope we get a trend better here because last year was the exception. I mean, we had this one. We've had Coldplay a couple of years back. We had the Travis Scott Big Boy one. Like, there have been a lot of letdowns the last couple of years at halftime.
It's probably just Janet Jackson's fault and Justin Timberlake's. That's the reason why we have crappy halftime shows.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they did start going after Janet Jackson to like the old school rock group. So you had like the big joke with the phone afterwards, the Paul McCartney. You had the joke that like, oh, he showed part of his chest. That was the big storyline. And then we had we had Bruce, we had the Who, we had Prince singing "Purple Rain in the Rain," which is still the all-time #1 for me in terms of halftime performances.
Yeah, but before her, we had relevant, modern, kind of crazy, for the 2000s at least, crazy artists.
Yeah.
So, like, what if that never happened? What would our Super Bowl halftime show be like today?
Well, I mean, they've had modern people. They had Beyonce. They had Bruno Mars. They had Katy Perry. Lady Gaga did one. So they've had their fair share of modern people since.
Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, like, after, like, the big sting of who they are, it's kind of like a couple years after their, like, craziness. You know what I mean? Like, where everyone's like, oh my God, Lady Gaga. Oh my God, Katy Perry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bruno's the only one where they kind of got him on the way up.
That's true. But Bruno Mars has been around for forever.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like he went on another stratosphere after he won the Super Bowl.
I can agree. I won't disagree with that because I like Bruno Mars. Nobody should disagree with him.
No, like, he won me over with that Super Bowl. I was, like, kind of mad on him. Now I'm, like, a big Bruno guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now let's get to the meat here, which is the commercials. And I do think a very mixed bag because, like, there were times I was watching this game, I was like, I was just like kind of drifting out there in the commercial. No, because I wasn't at a party and I wasn't like talking to a million people and seeing what was funny, but like there were not a lot that popped.
No, and it's funny enough, like I was at work yesterday. Yeah. A fun fact for everyone who does not know, I work at a bar on the weekends and it was absolutely dead where I got to sit down and watch it. And I literally was just kind of bored the entire game.
Yeah, I think there's just a couple of good ones, some really, really bad ones, which I'll get to. And I think in terms of the grade for the plot of commercial, I think this is worse than last year's, I think. Last year's was better. Mm-hmm. I think, honestly, C-, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves anything more than a C. And funny enough, like, I don't know if this is just me thinking of it, the good commercials came at the same time. Yeah. They came in, like, batches, and then, like, it was just a small little area, and the rest kind of sucked.
Yeah, because I feel like they came out hot, and then, like, I could barely remember anything after halftime.
No, I honestly cannot tell you any commercials that happened after halftime.
The only one I remember after halftime was the Ashton Kutcher Mila Kunis Cheetos commercial. That's the only reason I remember it, because I saw it featured in a preview special a couple days before it, and otherwise I would have completely missed it.
Yeah, because that's what you like are looking out for.
Yeah, I think so. So, like, what was your favorite commercial this year?
I don't know why. I just have like a weird spot for Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So, like, for funny, I thought that was funny because I find him funny. That's like kind of like a little asterisk at the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's just Sam. But I really did, as much as I hate DoorDash, I'm just going to put that out there right now. I do not enjoy DoorDash just for personal reasons. I work at a bar. That means I work at a restaurant.
It also wasn't a DoorDash ad. It was for GMC ad for cars.
The Sesame Street one?
No, I'm talking about Will Ferrell's ad was Norway.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I have issues with my brain. I jump from thing to thing. But so I love Will Ferrell, right? Yeah. But I love the Sesame Street one, and I hate DoorDash. I had to make sure I said that because DoorDash steals money from restaurants. But I like the Sesame Street ad for DoorDash.
Yeah, that was pretty clever. The Will Ferrell one I also love because it was such a good concept. He let him just show off his funniness, just making fun of Norway, and good job bringing Kenan Thompson and Awkwafina to fill the group out.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kenan Thompson has been part of our lives for literally our entire lives.
Yeah, I mean, he was funny, too. He's dressed up like a pirate, and he's like, can I say bye, my kid? No, we have to leave right now.
All right.
Yeah, he's like, all right, he's closed the door, and they're just driving to Norway.
Yeah, oh my God. And then the best was the end. It's like, where are you? Oh, I'm in Norway. No, you're in Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah, before we get to the worst ads, I want to touch on some other ones. I remember last year we had some fun with the Jason Momoa ad where he was like ripping off his muscles. I saw the Matthew McConaughey Doritos 3D ad. I'm like, who watched this commercial? And the Momoa one last year said, that's a great idea. We got to do our own version of this.
Oh, I hated that commercial. I'm like, why, Matthew McConaughey? Are you not getting work? Is there no money coming your way? Why?
I mean, he's McConaughey. He should be making plenty of dough just on residuals.
Right? Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I thought that one was definitely weird. Although I will say the gag of him like turning 3D inside the vending machine was funny.
It was funny. I just was like disturbed by it. You know me from last year. I did not enjoy the Jason Momoa commercial either.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things you're like, ugh, too much.
Definitely.
It's something unnatural when you see these people just turn themselves into cartoon characters.
Yeah, I was like, why is he 2D? And like, of course, I'm not gonna say where I work. If you do know where I work, do not mention it.
It's a chain.
So-
it's a chain restaurant. We won't name which one it is.
Thank you. That's all you get. Because it's technically illegal or against the rules to put like volume on the TV.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm gonna put volume on the TV for the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I was watching that, and I was like very like verbally disgusted by that commercial.
Yeah, that one was not great.
No, it was not. I'm very upset by it, and I love Doritos.
Yeah. Did you know what Joe's favorite commercial was? I asked him earlier what his favorite ad was.
And it was.
It was Drake from State Farm.
That was a good one. I liked that one. That was cute.
Yeah, I do have that one on the soundboard here, so we're gonna go to that for a second. This is Drake from State Farm.
Hey, Ratchets, look! I'm you!
Jake from State Farm. You couldn't find a stand-in who looked anything like me?
Have you seen mine?
It's like looking in a mirror, right?
Now that one makes sense.
Look, guys, I don't even have a stand-in.
Of course you do.
Hold on, is that Drake?
That's right. Drake from State Farm.
Like a good neighbor. Like a good neighbor. Stand-ins don't have lines.
Oh, okay.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, so good job there. And I think that was a clever usage of Drake. It made the joke fits, and great job getting Paul Rudd in there as Patrick Mahomes' stand-in.
You know my love for Paul Rudd and my celebrity. He's the only celebrity I've honestly made contact with. So anything Paul Rudd, Sam loves.
Yeah. Yeah, and Paul Rudd's a big Kansas City sports guy. It makes sense why he got himself in that commercial.
That's true. Though it's just funny when they're like, it makes sense. Like when he says that, it's so funny.
Yeah, it does. And I always love when they bring back the Rogers guy. I love when they bring him into the commercials.
Oh my God, so funny.
Yeah. And a tight 30 seconds of that one. So good job, State Farm.
Oh yeah. And it was like an actually like well creative. It was a funny, like, not too serious commercial.
Yeah, another one I liked, I also thought was funny, was the whole ad for the Bud Light ad. Speaking of Paul Rudd, we had our parody of Avengers Endgame, where we had all the Bud Light ads in the past coming through portals to help a delivery truck overturn. I thought that was very clever.
I remember you warned me that this was going to happen, and I was very wary about it, but I thought it was so well done.
And they brought in so many of the characters I'd forgotten about over the years. It was really enjoyable.
There was a lot of people, there was a lot of characters, and I thought that was like probably the best of them they could do. Like instead of just taking like 1 to like 5, they took like what, 10, 12?
They sounded like at least like 15 to 20 different ads they pull from.
Yeah.
Even they had the little football, like beer balls, the football helmets helping out. I love that.
Yeah, they went back a really long time.
I had that one pulled as well if you'd like to hear that.
Oh, 100%.
All right, so let's go to the Bud Light Legends ad.
Where's the Bud Light?
It's missing.
What a mess.
Medieval people. Post Malone. Cedric. Dr. Galagos?
Yes, I am.
All right, Bud Light legends. Let's do this.
That's a Bud Light here. Bud Light here.
Hey, sing it, real man of genius singer.
That's kind of all I do.
Go on, guys. Going up.
High five.
You got it.
Oh!
I loved you, man. All right, let's get out of here.
Oh, the Bud Light's back.
Nice.
The Bud Light legend saved the day.
First of all, great job getting the Bud Light Real Man of Genius guy back. I loved him.
Right?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
I also have a fun fact about that ad that I think you will find interesting.
I'm very ready for it.
Yeah. Friend of the podcast, also part of the pop culture team, Alan Austin, used to be an actor back in the day, and he texted me after this ad aired. He said that, like, the woman in the beginning who, like, is looking in the case of the Bud Light, he actually went to acting classes with her.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Alan Austin and his friend who was in the Bud Light commercial.
That's so cool. What a small world,
Yeah, so I thought that was a fun fact. I wanted to give that out to the audience.
That was a good one. I like that one.
It was definitely a fun one. I did enjoy that. I think I was also confused by all the Paramount Plus ads. There were so many of them.
There was. Although, admittedly, I did not know that Paramount Plus was coming out with a streaming service.
It's the
Or Paramount.
Well, here's a little spoiler for you guys who are not in the know about the streaming services, about the Paramount Plus. So I'm going to give you guys a little teaser here. It's not a new thing. It's basically a rebrand of CBS All Access.
Is it really?
That's all it is.
No way.
It's literally just they're rebranding CBS All Access as Paramount Plus to try and get into the more people subscribe to it.
Because it will have more movies?
They've been adding the content, they just haven't announced it. So like they just made it look like a big deal, like, ooh, we got all this stuff now. We got all these Star Trek shows. We have all the SpongeBob. We have like all of these CBS products. Like it's all there already. They're just rebranding.
Well, you had me at SpongeBob,
Yep.
so.
Because the SpongeBob movie was supposed to be in theaters last year, it got pulled because of COVID. It's going to be on that service March 4th when the date launches.
Okay, I did not know that. I did not do my research.
Yes, like that's something that like it's a little inside baseball here. They sunk a lot of money into those ads to get that out there.
Yeah, I mean, like,
There were 5 of them at least.
yeah, there were so many, and plus, like, I don't know if we're gonna be discussing this in a little bit. The Reddit one, they talked about how expensive it was.
Yeah, it's $5.5 million for a 30-second spot.
Yeah, insane. Even to like COVID standards.
Yeah.
These companies don't have that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that feeling. I also think one more ad I think that was in the winners column, the M&M spot where they were making fun of all the things like the Karens and like the bad gender reveal parties, like all those random things where people are like sorry not sorry. I love those. I love that one.
That was so funny. I love when people can just like poke fun at our current culture. It's great.
Yeah, I pulled that one as well. If you'd like to hear it.
100%. Like I said, I love hearing commercials. They make me laugh.
Yeah, so let's go to the M&M Super Bowl ad.
I feel bad for kicking your seat on purpose.
I'm sorry for mansplaining. That's when a man...
I know what it is.
We should have just told you it's a boy.
I wish you didn't have to hear all that.
Sorry I called you Karen.
That's my name.
Sorry your name is Karen.
I promise I will not eat any more of your friends.
Really?
Okay, it might happen one more time.
Yes, I thought that one was clever.
I thought so too. I thought it was funny. I love that my name is Karen.
Yeah, and then she gets a second bag of M&M's to apologize for being named Karen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm on the Karen thing because I'm still thinking about Death of 2020 when Chris Milioti played a Karen. That was so funny.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that one is good. I also thought they did a good job with some of the feel good ads they had throughout the program, especially a lot of those popped up around halftime, and I think the one Ford did was the one stuck out to me.
Oh really? Mine
Yeah.
was Toyota. Funny enough.
Yeah, those two were both very, very touching ads. I did enjoy those.
Yeah, and then Jeeps was weird.
Jeeps was a little out there.
Like, I get it was like good, like middle ground, but I'm just like, okay, like halfway through, I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I kind of want to change the channel.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a problem. I also thought surprising lack of trailers this year. There's only 3 I caught.
Yeah, there was a few.
Yeah, there was the M. Night Shyamalan movie, which I don't know if I want to watch it or not.
Me neither.
Falcon and Winter Soldier looks pretty good.
Yes.
I already forgot what the third trailer is, so that doesn't tell you.
I mean, honestly, me too.
Yeah, let's go the other way. What was the worst ad of the Super Bowl for you?
Worst ad was, I guess, the Oatly one was weird.
I'm glad you went there. I have that one. I had to, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh boy.
But then they gave away free T-shirts.
Yeah. I mean, let's go to Oatly.
Yeah.
It's like milk, made for humans. It's like milk, but made for humans. Wow, wow, no cow. No, no, no. Wow, wow, no cow. No, no, no. Wow, wow.
I want to point this out here. This ad cost $5.5 million. They put their CEO in a cornfield playing the keyboard, singing awfully.
Although, wow, like low-cal does make me a little happy.
Yeah.
It's still so cringeworthy.
Yeah. They paid $5.5 million to do that.
They can probably thank TikTok for making like oat-based milk a thing this year.
I mean, again, like you and I we could recreate this right now. We could just put a camera in a cornfield. We could just do this for about 10%, like maybe 1.01% of the cost of this ad, and might be better quality.
We do have to wait for the snow to melt, but other than that, definitely.
I mean, that's one of those, you're just sitting there, you're just like scratching your head, and you're sitting there just going, what the hell's going on out here? Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Hearing him sing is not going to want to get oat milk.
I'm glad we're on the same page, though.
Yeah. It was clear, because remember I told you this, I'm like, we have to rip this guy. This is awful.
Yeah. But although he said they had free, I'm very upset because I tried to get it, a free t-shirt. Because who doesn't want free t-shirts, Mike?
I don't want their free t-shirts.
I want free t-shirts from anywhere I can get free t-shirts from.
I'm not supporting Oatly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, funny enough, I had oat milk a few times. Very high in sugar. I don't know about Oatly. I don't want to come against their product or anything, but...
I thought we couldn't sink lower than the Mint Mobile's curdled milk, but this guy might have done it.
No. That curdled milk stuff does not sit well in my mind still. So, no, curdled milk still, then oat milk.
Yeah, you're taking oat. I mean, in terms of the ad, I'd rather have that than Oatly guy.
Ugh, no, I just can't do the curdled milk. It's still, I just do not feel well after hearing that word.
I mean, not for nothing, too. You could say a lot of money has paid some teen on TikTok to do a better version of this.
Definitely. I don't know. Maybe they would charge more money than the CEO. That's probably why they have the CEO do it.
Yeah, but like, how much is like? I'm sure like somebody's like 13-year-old sister could like make a TikTok video. This is much better than that guy did.
100% while doing like the Renegade or whatever is popular on TikTok right now.
Yeah, so like they could have made this so much more fun than they did.
Definitely, but I guess whoever decided to sign the check decided that this is the best version.
Yeah, I got two more dishonorable mentions here. Number one, I think the Hellman's Mayo ad. When we're talking about all the things you can make with mayo, I do not want to see chocolate cake on the table.
No. Also, like, Amy Schumer, no offense, like, she's just so out right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if that's a hot take. I just, like, Amy Schumer was cool in whatever movie she was in with Bill Hader, but all I remember is Bill Hader.
That was 5 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, what the hell has she been doing? Like, that one cooking show?
Yeah, I don't know, but, like, it almost reminds you of last year when they did Old Town Road in a Super Bowl ad about like 6 months after it was out of date.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was like, what, a 3-part commercial?
Yeah. Yeah, it was ridiculous. The other one I gotta give it downgrade to was the one at halftime of the Cure insurance ad or whatever it was when they had the 4 office workers like basically making lewd jokes and substituting opinion for the male Nedger region.
Yeah, I kind of just until you said that, I blocked that out of my mind. I didn't even enjoy that at all.
I'll shout Alan Austin out again because he said, and again, his former actor, he texted me during the game. He's like, hey, like, I feel bad for those 4 actors who ended up signing up to be in that commercial. It's like, I know you
money off of it.
It's like, I know you want to be on, you need to make money and you can be in a Super Bowl commercial, but like now you're be stuck with the rep that you were in that ad.
Yeah, you know.
I basically texted him. My response was, that's a full 4 oofer, 1 for each actor in the commercial.
Aw, those poor guys. I hope they do well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to be putting that in my reel if I'm an actor.
Hey, I mean, if it had a lot of views, maybe. We don't know. I don't know how things work anymore.
Yeah, that was a swing and a miss from Cure.
Yeah.
All right, I think that about sums up the commercials. So before we wrap,
sadly enough, right?
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing there.
Yeah. No, it wasn't really anything to like talk about, honestly.
No, there is nothing. That's all there was. There's not a lot of meat in the bone this year in the commercials.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I heard a lot of the companies were donating money for COVID relief.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, a little asterisk on what the freaking Tampa Bay Stadium looked like. Nobody with masks on, but that's a different discussion for another time.
Yeah, I do miss like I feel like they also misses. They could have had more of the feel good ads. I think those would have hit more.
Yeah, because I feel like the only one I felt like anything for was that Toyota.
Because still one of my favorite ads in recent years is the one where Anthony Lynn from the Chargers was meeting the firefighters who saved his life. Like that one, that one still like tugs my heartstrings years later watching it.
Yeah. I mean, like this year with the paraplegic Olympic swimmer, her being adopted, like that was cute. Like that was like, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But then like watching it, like I had to watch it again because like when I was watching it on TV, I was like, whatever about it. But watching it back, it had more of a meaning to me.